For me as well, I don't think Reguilon. I don't think there was a lot of players that really had a good game in the first half. But obviously, Reguilon came out and not Reguilon, sorry, Højbjerg obviously came out and got that goal straight away, and it was quite funny because I don't know about you guys. I'll come to you, Bob. I saw them standing over that free kick, and I thought to myself, Harry Kane, mate, I really want you to score, but please don't take this free kick.
Yeah, same, man. Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
I was just But the way we managed to get there as well, and I think obviously Dier taking the free kick, I still had the same kind of feelings. But the quickest man to react was actually a defender in that kind of sense. So that being said, how do you think Reguilon kind of progressed throughout the game as well? I know we spoke about him briefly.
Yeah, I've done a George if you saw it. Hollie, were you at the game as well, or
did I wasn't. Watch it? I was watching.
So you must. Did you see his pre-match interview when he said, "You know, we've been training really hard. It's been the worst week of my life."
Yeah,
and he and then kind of tied it in at the end, saying because of that fitness, you were the first person who got to the ball. And he was like, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. But Reguilon, I mean, he's a character anyway. He's always got a smile on his face. I really hope he doesn't leave at the end of the season because the option's there, isn't it? Yeah. If he wants to, but no, he just emphasises what Conte is all about, hardworking. He also mentioned that Conte wants him to play like a striker when he gets to the last third. He wants him to go into that penalty area and take more shots. So I would be surprised if he started getting a few goals for us as well. And put it this way, he wouldn't have been there under previous managers. So no, it's good. And one thing that Craig Boland says as well, he admitted, Conte admitted that he got it wrong, and he went man for man second half, but also bring that intensity and press a bit higher up, not just press as well. And for him to admit that he didn't come out right and said, yes, I've messed up, but he did say, I did have to make a change. I did have to look at myself. Leeds were doing X, Y, Z better, and he's man enough to turn around and say, "Yeah, I'm going to change it." But when he makes a change, you should have full confidence in it, in his changes, and a win just proves his changes were right.
100%. I think as well, like where you touched on as well about the fact that Conte wants him to get in the box. We kind of missed that a lot in many weeks. Obviously, we can talk about Kane a lot because I think in recent weeks we've spoken about Kane very negatively. I think I have to an extent, in the sense that you want more from him. But George, I think yesterday, even in the first half, he was dropping back to receive the ball, but then he was busting it out to get into the box. And we haven't seen that in a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely seems to be working hard, and you could see it in that. Obviously, I don't know if you guys saw it. Well, when Conte was going around after like hugging all the players or like really passionate, like giving them high fives and stuff, you could see like Kane had like a proper big smile on his face and giving them a big hug and stuff. So it definitely seems like his head's is more in it now, and he was busting the gut. It's just a shame that he didn't really have a proper opportunity to have a shot. I feel like a lot of the times in the second half, you could see he was really trying to force it, and ended up being blocked more often than not. But I'm sure it will come. I mean, he's on fire for England, so
it's not a hard point to get to, Jules, but it's probably his best game of the season so far in the Spurs shirt. I know there's not much to compare to because he has been absolutely shit. But to say that it is his best performance so far this season says a lot. But he was knackered, man. For 70 minutes onwards, he had no legs.
Yeah, it looked that way for sure. Yeah. And I think Son's looked like that in previous games. So I'm hoping that again, like with all this fitness training, like you said before, Reguilon said he was dead at the end of it. So I think just the more and more they just get used to this, and it's kind of like what Bielsa did with Leeds in the first place, a couple years back. Like he's just intense training, and they ended up being like the fittest team in the league last year. So I think we're just trying to get towards that sort of position as well, and then it should make the game so much easier. And just like quickly on your point as well about Reguilon getting in that striker's position, we saw that as well for Højbjerg's goal. Emerson was doing the same thing. It was Reguilon was crossing the ball, and you had, I think it was Kane, Lucas, and Emerson were the ones arriving into the box, and that's like vintage, just absolute vintage Conte. The stuff he did with Inter as well, it was the same thing. You had Hakimi coming in late with Lukaku and Martinez. Like he does it pretty much everywhere we go. He turned Victor Moses into an unreal right wing back for a season, which was quite a big shock. So I think those are the positions, Reguilon and Emerson, or whoever plays in those wing back positions. Those are the ones I'm excited and wants to watch out for throughout the season.
And running wise as well, I think you must have seen it on TV. First half, Leeds ran more than us. Mm-hmm. We ran 4K more than Leeds in the second half.
Shows the commitment.
There you go. Yeah,
it shows the big
change.
change.
It shows that they're actually playing for that shirt second half, which was actually, like I said, refreshing. I think it's refreshing for all of us.